on this planet, only beneath its surface, which is where we are now, beneath the mountains deep within the core of the planet. But now we have finished draining its resources for our needs. We require somewhere new, like your planet.
Hello, my name's Matt Black and I work with Hex and Coldcut, which are two companies I've set up with some partners to do research in multimedia, have a good time, make music, all those things. We do work a lot with computers because computers are the most powerful tool to work in a variety of different fields. Those fields are music creation, including sequencing and sampling and electronic music, different types of interactivity, performance, generation of video graphics, video mixing, and software using new media like CD-ROM, and also exploiting the possibilities of the internet, i.e. the network of many computers throughout the world. In my opinion, the most interesting type of music, area of music to be working in at the moment is the ambient and so-called ambient techno area. This is very difficult to define, but this has evolved out of early electronic music from bands like Tangerine Dream and Edgar Froese and Tonto's Expanding Headband, using the old synthesizers like the Moog, similar early electronic instruments in the 70s, through to incorporation of the influence of hip-hop and rap, and the emergence of house music from Chicago and Detroit, and the brand of house music called techno from Detroit, invented by, in my opinion, three guys: Juan Atkins, Kevin Saunderson and Derek May. House music has been a cultural virus, if you like, which has been very successful in infecting the youth of the planet, and I think that's quite a good thing. But moving beyond the kind of fascistic drum beat of house, which is always boom, 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 to a more relaxed kind of rhythm without so much focus on the drums, that is really the origin of ambience. So those kind of influences, I don't mind having labels for music because things can have different labels at the same time. So what we're working with incorporates dub, techno, electronics, ambient, hip-hop, jazz, reggae, and a lot of other influences which are just musical flavours. Coldcut is myself and my partner Jonathan. We met in 1987 in a record shop in London. We're both DJs who've been playing at warehouse parties in London and also on pirate radio. And we wanted to actually make a record using the type of techniques that a DJ uses when mixing live, scratching and mixing and cutting, and combine that with editing and overlaying sounds and bits from different sources. And our first record, Say Kids What Time Is It, was 7 years ago now. We just made it ourselves, 500 copies, white label, and sold them ourselves, pretending it was an exclusive record from the US. So we just sold it to a very few people at quite a high price. And from that we started to get a lot of attention for a new way of making music. At the same time, the phrase sampling came into the popular vocabulary, and Mars had a big record, Pump Up the Volume. That with some early records of ours and a lot of other people like Bomb the Bass, Sexpress, kind of started what people, definitely a new fashion anyway, in making music. And Jonathan and myself as Coldcut have always pushed the DIY idea that you can do it yourself. It's cheaper and more fun. You don't need to go with a big company who will usually fuck you over anyway. And you can make a record at home and put it out and sell it yourself, and if it's good it will sell. So that's one thing that Coldcut are involved in. As I say, the musical influences before, from dub through to Latin, Afro, jazz, hip-hop, techno, electro, reggae, rock, all those are flavours that Coldcut use to cook up new types of musical dish.
Ok, izašao je novi broj.
Okay.
And if you want to email us, the best address would be hexhq@demon.co.uk. Hopefully, perhaps we can get that on the screen as well. And we also have pages on the World Wide Web on the internet. The address for those is http://www.southern.com, and our pages are called Pipe. So if you want to smoke the pipe, come down and check out the wonderful wacky world of Coldcut, Ninja Tune and Hex, and our phantasmical explorations of the fifth dimension. That is the address. Peace.
Hello, my name is Mario. I work here at Hex, and one of the things we're doing at Hex is using computers to make rave videos which you can play with rather than just off videotape. One of the things we've got, a CD-ROM we produce for IBM PCs, is digital Dreamware, which, if I just load one up, this allows you to play an album of music on your computer rather than using, as you would normally, a CD. You can play this into the CD-ROM of your PC, and the program will make videos to go along with it. And because it's done on the computer, you can change the videos and interact with them, move the shapes. So, just setting one up at the moment.
Bomb bases. Operation.
A number of different things working with raves, either producing videos or producing CDI products on the computer. These can range from just using computer graphics or taking setups out to clubs where we can VJ and mix with the stuff. So you have control over the projections as they're being played, which means you can get a feel for the music and the crowd and how the crowd reacts to it. With CDI and with computing, you've got one box which lets you do both the graphics and the music, and so they go hand in hand more and more, especially with techno music. It's becoming combined in that you have the visual element as well as the sound element, which makes the whole experience much better. So this is what I've done. This is Digital Dreamware, which is a CD-ROM just running on a PC. And this is making graphics along to the music. The music's all done with Hex. With this, you can control and apply different effects to what you're seeing. So you have a certain amount of control over the video as it's being made. So, for instance, putting trails on the objects, changing the camera position, producing different effects. Now, as it's a computer program, this means that the components that make up the video are random, and these will load each time you play the video. Each time you play the track, you'll see a different video. You never get to see the same video twice. And we produced a number of different styles, different source materials. So some of the videos are ambient, where the graphics are not strobing, they're much more smooth and organic. Another track is more acid and rave, where it's flashing colours, and you can control the shapes, you can control the colours just by clicking on the mouse. All the graphics here are using real-time 3D, so the computer's drawing them as you see them, and all the edits are done to the track.
I know how to play.
Greetings, everybody. Global chaos. Technology. Technology. Space technology. Experience the cyber sound and KPMX. Global chaos. technology.
The other part of with Hex is we're now on the internet, which lets us directly contact with people all over the world. And there's a lot of people who are into what we're doing, and we're into what they're doing and stuff. And so we always like to hear from people who are interested in computer graphics or in rave music and hearing what they've got to say for themselves. And it's good. Global.
A nakon Coldcut studija u Londonu, poštovani gledatelji, selimo se u Berlin. Upoznat ćemo vas sa još jednim poznatim studijom za proizvodnju animiranih kompjuterskih spotova, to je studio K7 u Berlinu. Vidjet ćete i kratki razgovor sa Horstom, šefom, glavnim šefom studija K7, a također ćemo vam predstaviti njihovu najnoviju techno video kompilaciju X-Mix 4, inače glazbu je miksa poznati engleski DJ Dave Angel. Krenimo redom, X-Mix 4.
Every X-Mix production is to find the right DJ. A DJ who is able to make a selection of international techno music, which is playable on a CD, which is visualized for music, and that's the first decision we have to fell. After we develop the general idea with the DJ about the video, for instance now Beyond the Heavens or before Enter Digital Reality, we get the tracks the DJ wishes to use in his mix, we clear the rights and we send these tracks to the computer artists. The next step is that these computer artists listen to the music, they're going to get in touch with the composers of the music to get an idea what was the intention of the person who wrote this track. And then they finish their video, they send it back to us, and we receive in one day about 15 videos, and by the time we decided on the DJ and we will receive our videos, it takes about 4 months. So 4 months, and then till it's released it's 6 months. So we're going to show you now a new video of X-Mix 4, and the idea of this video started already 6 months ago, and now you see it on MTV.
Ok, izašao je novi broj.
Ok.
The difference between X-Mix 4 and X-Mix 3, from my point of view, from the producer, is that X-Mix 3, first of all, the music has been partly really harder from Richie Hawtin, was much more acid orientated. X-Mix 4 is more housey, chilly techno, more for at home. Visually, I think it's a big step forward. X-Mix 3, a lot of computer artists still were satisfied to visualize music just with nice pictures and without a message, without a story. I don't want to speak about big messages, but to have something to say. And X-Mix 4 has more visually flow about from one story into the other, and the music is more for at home, and I think it's a big progress. Of course, also the software developed, you're really depending on all the time having the newest updates of the software. Now everything is a bit more crispy and a bit more shiny, and you can check it out now.
genzo kulaba kubijujulu banange. Oh, parararatu, pa 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 wala. Moi je fais le type up, le type up. Si tu veux aborder la plus belle nana, tu prends le stardust. Qu'est-ce que c'est qu'il a les nanas pour de toi? C'est le stardust génial. Pour faire le chevet là-haut, stardust, stardust. Génial, le type up, pour être le type stardust, stardust. Le look le plus cool.
Ok, izašao je novi broj.
Ok.
I polako smo se približili kraju još jednog Top DJ Maga. Gledajte nas ponovno za 2 tjedna kada ćemo vas odvesti u svijet cyberspace-a i u svijet virtualne stvarnosti. Do tada svima veliki pozdrav i laku noć.